Hello, everybody. Welcome. Hello, everyone. We're on. It's
Hello,
happening.
everybody.
Welcome. My name is Cole Chakey. I am the artistic and executive director of Inside Out Theatre and one of the proud members of the facilitation and directing team for the Point of View Ensemble. And welcome to this wonderful live online performance of the latest creation by the Point of View Ensemble called A Very Special Election. We are going to get rolling in just a couple minutes, but just a couple things to note before we get started. One is I do want to acknowledge that we've been living and creating on Treaty 7 land here in Mohkinstsis, otherwise known as Calgary, and I'd like to acknowledge and appreciate the traditional caretakers of this land, namely the Siksika, the Piikani, the Kainai, the Tsuut'ina and Stoney Nakoda nations, and the members of the Métis Nation Region 3. Before we get started, I do just want to share a couple of thank yous. Thank yous in sort of three different, buckets, three different thank you buckets, let's say. First, I do want to thank the folks that funded and supported this project. Funders include, in particular, for this show in particular, and the Point of View Ensemble overall, the RBC Emerging Artist Project and the Canada Council for the Arts. And on top of that, we also are supported by a beautiful group of donors and supporters that we call the Inside Out community of do-gooders. And I know some watching right now are members of that group. So thank you so much. We're incredibly proud, and this had been a long-standing goal at Inside Out, that all the members of the Point of View Ensemble are paid professional artist rates. And that is only possible because of these funders and supporters. Speaking of those wonderful artists, that's the second bucket of people to thank, is this particular group of artists, both the folks that you'll see on screen and the facilitation and stage management and production team working behind the scenes as we speak. It's been a very busy couple of days, us getting ready for this moment. And it was just this afternoon, after my to-do list started shrinking a bit, I was able to reflect and think of how incredibly proud and thankful I am for this group of artists. We've been meeting online every week, literally since the pandemic hit. I want to say, everything kind of shut down on a Wednesday, and we were together on Zoom the following Monday and haven't really taken a week off since. There were moments where we asked our ensemble if they wanted a break, if we should cool it for a bit. And every time we posed that question, resoundingly, the answer was like, no, like this is important, both for the act of coming together and finding a way to make theater online. But more than that, every Monday, seeing this group of artists show up as themselves and be there for each other, to cheer each other on, to cheer each other up, to comfort each other, to help navigate this very wobbly world we've been in for the last couple of years, through all the changes that this show and this group and our company and our community have gone through. The one real constant has been their dedication and their commitment to each other, and to Inside Out as a company, and to this group as an ensemble. And it's just a very moving and exciting thing for us to get to be here together tonight and share what we've been working on for so long. And the final group of folks, the final bucket of thank yous, is I really sincerely want to thank our ensemble members and our Inside Out team, all of our family and friends and roommates and support circles. That commitment is equally as important and shines through every time we are trying to create something big together like this. The way that the people in our lives show up and hold us up is just invaluable and so appreciated. So everyone who's had a hand, whether you knew it or not, and us getting to here to tonight, thank you so much. Now, the final thought before we jump into our performance of A Very Special Election is just a couple notes on the live stream that's happening right now. So in a wholly other website, all the ensemble is backstage, getting ready, getting set. But you are watching either on one of multiple YouTube channels or a Facebook Live event. We have this beautiful system that's sending this video out into multiple corners of the internet. But wherever you're at, there is a chat either on YouTube or Facebook that's happening. Feel free to use that chat kind of as your online version of audience feedback. When you would laugh in the theater, when you would cheer, when you would clap, when you would gasp, our ensemble members aren't necessarily gonna hear that tonight. So feel free to put those reactions in the chat, and those would be greatly appreciated. And also, I don't know how much you've been informed of this, but anyone listening right now to the live version that's happening, you have been cast in a very important role, and that is the role of engaged citizen, of engaged democratic voter, because near the end of the show, you are going to have the opportunity to click on a link that we will share in the chat and go to what we think is a pretty official online voting system, and you will decide the results of this election, which is to say, we just had a chat on the back end with our ensemble, realizing that we don't know how this play is going to end yet. And we won't know until that moment comes when we share the link and you click on it and you jump to another website for a second and you cast your vote. That is going to determine which of two alternate endings we have prepared that we'll share with you tonight. So feel free to really get into that chat. Let us know what you're thinking, what you're enjoying, and near the end, keep an eye out for it because that's where we're going to send you the voting link. I think that's all we have. We were just having a little check-in with our ensemble, and there's a lot of very positive nerves and anxious energy in that group, in part because they haven't seen the final product yet. So I should stop rambling. I can tell I'm nervous because I'm rambling. So I'm going to cut that off. I'm going to hand things over to our team working backstage, and they're going to start the latest creation of the Point of View Ensemble, a very special election. Thank you for being here and enjoy the show.
Just breathe and be funny. Be yourself. Come on. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. Ooh la la. Ooh la la. Ooh la la. Janice. Ooh la la. Ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. Ooh la la. 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 Ooh, 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 ooh. Ooh la la. stick. Ooh. Ooh. Rosie. For my biggest fan, Janice. Love Rosie. Oh, my idol. You're the reason why I got into television. I love you so much. Please be with me while I'm doing this show. Please, Rosie. I love you. I love you. I love you. Okay, we'll do this together, right, Rosie? Right, Ro? We got this. We're going to do this together. All right, showtime.
Well, dear followers, I have been removed from City Council and stuff like that, and because there was something I did, even though I denied the allegation, what I did was not true and stuff like that. This election was, this call-up election was unnecessary and not acceptable and stuff like that. I assure you, I am not giving up. I am fighting to keep my seat on City Hall and stuff like that. Until City Hall, listen until get the truth out in provincial court or civil court or both and stuff like that. But City Council has not yet proven anything yet and stuff like that. So I urge you, my supporters and my colleagues and volunteers to keep fighting and keep supporting me, because I will be allowed back on that City Council as soon as possible. It may be a long and stressful battle, but I have confidence that I shall win. And City Hall would then have to write a formal apology to me and stuff like that. Would I accept a formal apology from City Hall if I won the court case? I would, but I wouldn't. And stuff like that. But City Hall said they have proof. I asked for the proof, but they will not show it. They just said they have something. Could City Hall be doing a cover up, or they accuse me of a cover up? We'll find out in court. Maybe maybe this is Watergate scandal too. Maybe I'm Richard Nixon too. And stuff like that.
Hi, this is Janice Hulala from Janice Live, and I am talking to you from my bathroom during COVID. And I'm just resting in my tub here. As you can see, I've gotten my tub renovated. I looked at a magazine with Rosie O'Donnell's bathroom, and I thought, hey, I like hers, so I want my tub. So that's what I've been working on during COVID, is redecorating my bathroom. And I thought, well, I should film in here too. So here we are in my bathroom. It's beautiful. The toilet is over there, but I'm not going to show you that because that's kind of private. But here we are. Okay, so forget yesterday's news with putting Slurpee machines downtown everywhere. Guess what today's news is? Cash Boomin was kicked out of office. Can you believe it? Cash Boomin. So we have tried to get Councillor Cash Boomin to talk, but he's refused. So what I have done is I have scoured and I've looked everywhere. I've looked on Instagram and I've looked on various social media engines, and I find that Facebook is probably the best. And I've been able to find on other people's Facebook that he has posted some videos about his excuses to what the things he's been doing, and they're crazy. I mean, just see for yourself. Okay, so the first thing on this list of what Cash Boomin has done is he's taken secret donations from large corporations. Crazy.
Those weren't secret corporate donations. They were secret because I respect their privacy.
Can you believe that? What an excuse. And he's lying to Calgarians? Like, shy. Give me a break. This guy is full of BS. Okay, so the second thing he's done is he's bribed people to pay. He's paid people to vote for him. He's bribed them. Like, who does that? I've never heard of that. Like, paying people? This guy is like, what does he think he is? Paying people. It's just disgusting.
I just like giving out $100 to people. It's not my fault. I'm a generous and honest person. Yeah, and whatever the vote comes.
Okay, so this Cash Boomin guy, he's saying that he's just a nice person and he just wants to hand out money to people. Like, nobody hands out free money. Like, there is something under this, and I wonder who he's bribing. Like, are they high-profile people? Like, is he bribing Jan Arden? Is he bribing Nenshi? Is he like? I think there's something under. I think he's bribing high-profile people myself. And he didn't even ask me. Like, I'm kind of a big deal, like. My ratings have been off the charts, and I've never heard from him. Like, he's never called my assistant. So, and yeah, why wouldn't he ask me? And then he goes to Jan Arden. Like, we're both kind of, at the same level, I think, but we'll see. The third thing this cash booming guy has been doing is he's had ties to organized crime in Calgary.
I weapons. I did get money from. I do have ties to organized crime and stuff like that, but I respect the organized crime and stuff like that, and how big it is and stuff like that. It's not easy to get in it, and it's not easy to get out of it.
That's not good. I don't know what it is, but I think it's not good. So that's what I think. So the fourth story is that he bribed a zookeeper to pet a penguin. And the penguin died.
Well, I like animals and I like penguins and stuff like that. It's not my fault the penguin got sick or I got sick. Penguins are very little animals and they just sit around and just go, "Ah, ah, ah, ah," and slide on the belly and take a dip in the water and then come back out and stuff like that. And then hatch the egg at minus 79 degrees in Antarctica.
Now, what the heck is this going to do to his mayorship? I mean, it's just going to kill it. I mean, he killed the penguin. Now he's going to kill his mayorship. That's what's going to happen. And how the heck did he kill a penguin? Like, how much power does this guy have? I mean, he must have had something weird on his hands. Like, what did he paste on his hands? Maybe it's those criminal guys he's been hanging out with that put something on his hands and killed the poor penguin. Like, sheesh. Killing a penguin, an innocent penguin. I mean, it's sad and kind of funny. So when I come back from commercial, so what we will have is the zookeeper coming in, and we're going to sit in the bathtub, and we're going to actually talk about penguin health and, you know, things that you shouldn't be feeding penguins, like ketchup and mustard. So we're gonna sit here together and we're gonna talk about penguin health and what, you know, you should feed a penguin to not make it sick. And we're gonna have a lovely little talk in the tub. And we'll be right back.
Rose, the video's on.
Oh, hi. My name is Rose Johnson, elected in Metna. I am now by connecting in Calgary on none stations are now open.
Calgary. It has always been in the middle of nowhere, and yet it has thrived. It was a place that was given to those that didn't know any better, and yet they made it into something great. Now, in this day and age, like those before us, we are in a very bad situation. Once again, and we can make something great. Hi, I'm Dr. Nefarious. If you're wondering why I'm wearing all this stuff, it's because I have a skin condition. Anywho, I'm here to talk about our city. This city that I was born and raised in has been so great. Now I contribute to the community, I have supported the sciences, I have been advocate for the voiceless, and now I would like to be your mayor. I can't pretend, and I'm not going to, that I'm going to be a perfect mayor. I'm not going to pretend that I'm going to be the best, but I am going to give it my all. After all, who better to be a politician than a supervillain? Now, as our ancestors before us, we are in a difficult time. But with me as mayor, I believe we can pull through it. With improvements to our healthcare system, improvements to infrastructure, and involving matters of inequality that still exist in this day and age. And of course, with a military comprised of giant robots to help us get through these difficult times.
Yeah, I think I like him. He's coming from the dark side. He is not going to put sunshine all over these challenges. I think he's going to tell you what's real.
Now, I know some of my opponents say giant robots are not really that good for our community, but I think different.
Dr. Nefarious.
Think differently.
After all, I think that if we can accept the robots, that means that we as human beings can accept anyone.
I find during this pandemic and the way things are in Calgary right now, there are a lot of unruly people. I hope the robots will keep people in line. I am 100% with them.
I'll admit, as mayor, I think I could do a good job. As I said before, I will give you my all. I have many experiences as a politician.
Yeah, I think he's doing a great job. I see a really bright future. I just think that he might be a little bit evil.
And who knows? In a few months' time, you might see me as the Prime Minister of Canada. Remember, honest.
Honest.
Progressive.
Progressive.
And expansive.
And expansive. A vote for Dr. Nefarious is a vote for an honest future.
Honest future. Honest future.
Fabulous. Disgusting.
Vibrant. Grace gets it done.
Grace gets it.
Grace gets it. You deserve to thrive, not just survive. Spending when it can't.
Like keeping my family safe.
She prioritizes Calgarians while looking good doing it. Grace for mayor.
Grace for mayor.
Calgary,
Together.
we can make a difference.
Yes, hello, welcome to What's Wrong With You, because if you don't agree with me, there's obviously something wrong with you. Anyway, this is Cisco Ebert Lumbar. And it looks like we've got another election on our hands because of the financial hanky-panky of this Booms character. I have no idea what he's doing. Anyway, the two participants, or the two people that are going to looking to replace him, are Dr. Nefarious. Now, I don't even like saying this person's name because I just had some lunch and I want to keep it down. So anyway, we'll move right on to Miss Grace Bella. Now, she happens to care about people. She wants people to have fun and also be safe. So, I mean, I cannot argue with that. Tomorrow night, these two are debating, and the person who's going to moderate the debate is the fellow that I actually lived with in college, but I am prepared to put up with him again. Anyway, you know him as Jack Triskin, so welcome to my show, Jack.
Hello, welcome. It's good to be back, Cisco. So, as you know, I'm the debate moderator and host of the debate of the two candidates, Grace Bella and Dr. Nefarious.
Yes, and I just would like to say, I know you folks can't see it because we are on the radio, but it's nice to see you wearing a shirt that isn't actually mine. So I'd just like to thank you for that.
I don't even wear your shirts. They're too big on me.
Anyway, go on with your dribble. I mean your points of what you're talking about.
Like I was saying, I'm the host and moderator of the debate, and you'll see it on my channel, TV channel. You can always watch there. Jack Tristan. Everyone loves him. And it's always a good
yes,
time.
everyone loves you, but of course, nobody else gets their crackers stolen or their food eaten by you, of course. So they all love you. Anyway, go on with your junk. I mean, you're
So
very
still upset with the crackers. They were on the table. Everyone knows that if you're usually wanting something for yourself,
Yes.
you put it in a drawer, write your name on it, or
Yeah.
you put it in your room. You don't leave it on the table
Well,
where
what's
anyone
the-
can get it.
What's the point of writing my name on things when you can't read names? I mean, you know. Anyway,
At least I never brought any people to tears. Have you brought any any listeners of yours to tears lately? I've
yes,
heard
with
that
my
you've
beautiful
traumatized people
with my
because of
beautiful voice that is just poetic and it brings people to tears. That must be what you're talking about, right?
that. Oh.
Yes.
Talking of college, you brought that one volunteer for our basically hosting volunteer experience. You brought her to pour tears and you traumatized the poor person. You caused them to need therapy to recover.
Therapy. Well, okay, if you want to go down that route, maybe you need some yourself. So, Jack, explain to me, what are you feeling right now?
Annoyed and frustrated at the fact that you still are the same horrible person you are.
And so you are haunted by demons of the past, which is what you need therapy with, because I am not a horrible person, Jack. I do not steal Triscuits from people. I do not steal food. I do not wear people's clothing. And I wouldn't go on some channel or whatever, like you were saying, and try to do a better show than I am, because obviously your show is a copy of mine, because true greatness is often copied. And I just want to know why you are doing the show and you think you can talk to these people better than I could. I should have been the moderator. I mean,
Well, it's because of how you would probably get either people to want to hate you because of your opinions, and you obviously would have some sort of bias and controversy with your name if you were the debate
oh
host.
well, this is deflection. You're trying to blame everything on me that could possibly go wrong. Maybe you should blame the person in the mirror. That's why you need therapy. Isn't that correct, Jack?
I'd like to apologize.
Oh, about time. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, my fans, the Tristies. You know how you are. I acted a bit off-brand and not like myself. I lost my cool. It's just, he can sometimes do that to people. And I promise I'll try and minimize the amount of time I talk to him and probably try and stay, because clearly I thought he could change to a better person, and clearly I was wrong, but okay, no biggie, no problems. And Tristies, I'm sorry for not being the Jack Tristan that you all know and adore.
Yes, well, maybe you obviously do need therapy, because some people have imaginary friends. You have imaginary fans, because who would be a fan of you when they could listen to me? I mean, my goodness.
Yeah, I'm going to catch a train. There's actually a whole Jack Tristan Tristies convention that I'm going to, so I'll be signing their autographs and stuff. So I'll see you later. Hope you
Okay,
have
well,
any fans as dedicated to you as that mine are. So bye.
well, I mean, and there we go. This fella that I had on my show, I would like to apologize for wasting a second of my fans' time to talk to this guy who obviously, doesn't know how to apologize to the right people, because he should be apologizing to me for all the stuff he did to me when we were in college. Like, he took my crackers and everything, and he wore my clothes, whether he admits it or not. I mean, I cannot believe I even put up with him for 1 second. But anyway, let's go on and talk about other things.
Hello, welcome. I'm your host for this debate, Jack Tristan. And a shout out to my fans, the Tristies. You know who you are. And we'll have our lovely candidates, basically, the lovely Grace and the cunning Dr. Nefarious. And all of you are well aware of the scandal that happened because of, because of whatever happened to the former counselor, I think Cashman or something? Cashman Boomer or whatever. But anyway, let's just take a moment to show our respect to the penguins who are harmed, the sandwiches who will be missed too soon, and we'll also just make sure that we have everything nice, fun, clean, PG, G if we're really good, and we'll make sure everything's happy, fun, charitable. And of course, for our time limit, I think the candidates will each have around 5 minutes or so. And if they take too long, well, you'll just see what will happen. And then afterwards, we'll have our candidates have our topics that they'll debate. And then we'll have, after their topics, they'll have their debate questions that will let the basically let the audience or the floor have the floor. And also to remember what's really important, me, Jack Tristan. So now we'll start with our candidates. And I'll start with Dr. Nefarious. Dr. Nefarious?
Well, hello everyone. As you may notice, I'm showing off a little more skin than usual. I've got an extra special lotion to help with my skin condition. As you might know, I have. Anyway, I hope to present my views to the societies of voting, and I hope that I will be elected. Yes, I didn't really prepare an opening speech. I'm more prepared for the questions.
Okay. That was Dr. Nefarious, our resident supervillain or something. But anyway, it's now on to our candidate, the lovely Grace Bella. Grace Bella, you have your chance to introduce yourself to the audience.
Hello, Calgary. I'm Grace. The three most important things for our city is to care for each other, have fun, be safe, and we can do it all at the same time. Let's keep Calgary safe. Thank you.
Okay, everyone, that was Grace. And now if you are just tuning in or just watching, we're doing our debate for the thing. And now we'll, with both opening remarks off, we'll now go to the first topic, which is about how do we repurpose the Saddle Dome. Grace, you have the floor, and what are your thoughts on how we will repurpose the Calgary Saddle Dome?
Convert it to a family shelter. Families get safe, clean apartments. Adults get jobs. Kids get water park and arts and crafts.
Okay. That seems to be all for Grace and her ideas for how to repurpose the Calgary Saddle Dome. Dr. Nefarious, how will you repurpose Calgary's Saddle Dome? You have the floor.
One word: factory. I would convert the entirety of the Saddle Dome into a factory designed to produce machinery. Cars, computers, laptops. Actually, they're the same thing. Okay? Simple machines. Machines for conveyor belts. And, of course, robots. It would be an economic center for growth and prosperity, providing jobs for the masses and technological innovations for the future.
Okay. That's Dr. Nefarious's plan for the Calgary Saddle Dome. Now here comes the fun bit, or the more interesting part for some of you, that I'll help to moderate. Namely, here comes the debate part of this topic. And I guess we'll start with candidate Grace and your thoughts on Dr. Nefarious's approach to the repurposing the Calgary Saddle Dome.
I think that robots belong in the movie, not on our Calgary streets. The main goal is to keep Calgary safe. So those robots belong in the movie. Thank you.
Okay. Dr. Nefarious, your thoughts?
Well, Grace, I admit that I can certainly see why you would think robots would be a bad idea. But I can assure you, you that they are indeed a good idea. While you say they belong only in movies, the fact of the matter is art often imitates life, and life can often imitate art. Robots are an eventuality. In fact, we already have them in many respects, being on conveyor belts and so forth, and even in military technology. And besides, who said these robots would even be on the streets? They would be elsewhere in other parts of the world, well, assisting in Calgary in other ways you may not even think about. But, to point to your little family center, I have a question for you. How would you pay for this family center? Like, who pays for it?
The mayor.
Ah, I see. And where will the mayor get the money for this? Where would the mayor get the money to purchase, to fund the family center? Would they do taxes? Would they do private investments?
They would do both.
Oh, okay, so both. So you would tax people even knowing it might end up creating more homelessness.
I don't think the family that is homeless, that they should be in a shelter. Doing life skills. They can't do that on the streets.
Okay, and I get that, but how will you pay for it? And more point, continue paying for it, because a shelter would require food, electricity, water, and all, not to mention heat and bedding. How would you provide for that? Oh, and cleaning. I almost forgot about cleaning.
We will raise taxes on technology company.
Wait, do you mean the billionaires or the actual corporations themselves?
Both.
Okay, taxing the billionaires, I can understand. They have more money than they need, but taxing the corporations, my dear, that is a surefire way to cause a technological breakdown, setting us back millions of years. Okay, maybe not millions, but certainly setting us back a few hundred years. And this freaking sun, this freaking light. I would say that what you're doing would be terribly wrong. I mean, it's one thing to tax billionaires, but to tax technological companies that would employ scientists and the future minds, and do you realize that doing such a thing would cause us to go back several years in technological development? And the solution is not working.
If they don't like it, they can move somewhere else.
Okay, and that's time. And now, on to our second topic of the debate. If you just tuned in, this is your host, Jack Tristan, moderating the debate of our candidates, Dr. Nefarious and Grace Bella, of course. And so, since we started last topic with Grace, now we should start our second topic, which is, should we have more or less public pools in Calgary, with our candidate, Dr. Nefarious. So, Dr. Nefarious, should we have more or less public pools in Calgary? You have your floor, and you can start.
Well, I believe that we should indeed have more public pools. Because I believe we should be training our future generations for the event of a flood. Let me explain. I believe it is imperative that everyone should at least have some basic knowledge of how to swim. Therefore, in the event of a flash flooding that, like, say, floods your home, you could, like, swim to safety, and such. And plus, who doesn't love a public pool?
Okay, that was Dr. Nefarious, everyone. Now, candidate Grace, you have the floor. And should we have more or less public pools in Calgary, candidate Grace, that's your question. You have the floor. You may begin.
Yes.
Welcome.
Pool
That was
in
Grace.
every neighborhood.
Bella, and now
Every pool
here's
gets
our second
a water
time
slide
for debate on
and a
our
hot
second
tub.
question. Since we ended with
Kids,
Grace,
kids should have
now time for it to
kids
start
should
with
have
Dr.
safe,
Nefarious
fun
and
places to
his
go.
opinions on
Thank you.
Grace's concept of public pools for Calgary. You may begin.
Well, I mean, we basically agree on the same thing, but I do have to wonder about the whole water slide thing.
Okay, guys, who's running this? Please get her out of here now. Get her out. Get her out. She's causing a bit more of a disturbance, and we still have so much stuff to do.
Can we just move on to the next topic? Jack? Jack?
Yes, I'm Jack Tristan, so you want to go into the next topic?
Yeah, because it honestly feels like we're just going in circles.
Okay, I guess it's close enough to the time, so we can go to the next topic. My favorite and most important topic. As you should all know, a brand is everything these days, whether it's a simple slogan or a personality or even certain famous hosts that do a debate. Branding is everything. And so, in topic of the branding, this question is, how should we rebrand Calgary? So, because of the whole stuff going on, I think it's Grace's turn to start. So, Grace, how will you put your brand to Calgary?
Have fun, be safe at the same time. Thank you.
That was Grace's brand. You get it? A pretty nice brand, but it's no Jack Tristan brand, but no brand truly is. So, Dr. Nefarious, how will you put your brand on Calgary?
Why you stay humble, Jack? Anyway, for me, all it could mean is the 3 P's. Prosperity, progress, and people. Well, prosperity, economic prosperity, and so forth, through science and their knowledge, and so forth. Progress is pretty self-explanatory. Progress through innovations and technological advancements and sciences and sort, and people. All of these things would be in the service of the people, the economy, the common man, so forth. That is how I rebrand Calgary. And I would also probably get someone to work on making a new lotion. Seriously, these cups are just coming off of burns.
Okay, and that was Dr. Nefarious's brand. And also alright brand, but no Jack Tristan brand. And now onto the debate part. And since we ended with Dr. Nefarious and his brand, we'll go to Grace and her thoughts on Dr. Nefarious's brand for Calgary. Grace, you have the floor.
Are you listening? This guy sounds like supervillain.
Well, I am a supervillain. It's literally on my business card. And believe it or not, being a supervillain is more legal than you think. In fact, I could actually bring up the paperwork to explain it. You know, if we actually have the time for that.
Now it's the audience's turn to have the floor, where we'll have questions from various places like Twitter, social medias, chat boxes, and what have you. And if you're going to post comments or questions, you should use the hashtag YYC, hashtag Jack Tristan is awesome. Of course, you sometimes can do that. And if you're feeling especially brave, you can open your video chat to ask any questions to the people here. And yes, even I can answer some questions if you're especially curious about me, Jack Tristan. But the main focus is supposed to be the candidates, even though Jack Tristan can be pretty awesome himself. But anyway, you can open up your floor and we'll have this thing start.
Maybe, just maybe. I have a question. Why would anyone want to be a politician? Because I wish that you could vote for Dolores Umbridge. Because please vote for me, because would anyone would want for me to be a politician when I get sometimes angry, or sometimes I could be going ballistic, or should I be involved within the next 24-8 hours?
Those were some very nice, insightful comments you had, and your time is coming short, so could you please wrap it up so we can let...
Or do you want me to do something about it? Do you want me to do something about it? Or should I not do anything about it? Because I am a sensitive person and I do love my cats who are on the wall with me. Meow, meow. And if you do not pass this test, I will have to say give love a bad name.
We still have other people who have their questions that they want to ask, and it wouldn't be fair to them for her, Dolores, to take up all the questions. So please get her out.
If you do not bother for me to kick me out of this Zoom bomb, or I will turn into come on.
Sorry for the distractions and the stuff. That was very kind of off brand for me. And I'll try to keep on brand for more stuff. And on speaking of brands and slogans and whatnot, we'll have our candidates each have their last remarks. And I guess we'll be starting off with Dr. Nefarious and him for his closing remarks.
Remember, folks, a vote for me is a vote for a brighter future for Calgary. That's all I got.
Okay, that was Dr. Nefarious and his closing remarks. Grace, now for you, your closing remarks.
Be safe and stay warm. Let's keep Calgary safe. Thank you.
Okay, that was the candidates and their final remarks. And it's me, Jack Tristan, who's trying to always stay on brand. And hope you all enjoyed the event and the debate and had fun. And I'm pretty sure we still kept PG. And everyone has a good time. And let's send off and wonder who you're going to vote for.
Rose, the video's on.
Oh, hello, Ellie. Online voting is now open. You have 5 minutes.
Hello, and welcome to this special announcement. The votes are in for Calgary's special election, and to announce the results, please welcome Rose, Calgary's election commissioner.
Hello, Harry. You are really late. The no result of the festival on late of the win.
Wow, what a night! We will hear from both Mayor-elect Grace Bella and from the defeated candidate, Dr. Nefarious. But first, let's go to commenter and the worst college roommate anyone could hope for, Cisco E. Lombard. Hello, Cisco. Let's keep things civil. What's your reaction to this historic vote?
Hello, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, good. Okay, I would just like to say, you guys did the voters, you did the right thing. I know people call me a loudmouth jerk, opinionated, but I do want what's best for you people, and obviously Grace is the best for you people, so I'd like to just say, good going, guys, And thank you for listening to me or listening to my advice, because that's obviously why she won. Thank you so much.
Okay. Okay. I think I can speak on behalf of all Calgary when I say I'm glad he's done talking. Oh, I'm getting word that the defeated candidate, Dr. Nefarious, is ready to share their concession speech. We go now to Dr. Nefarious.
I have lost. This I accept. And while I don't agree with my opponent on many things, I do wish her the best, and that her term be a good one for our province. Now, I have to get going. I'm remembering that I may have left someone in a death trap.
And now we will hear from the mayor-elect in just a moment. First, though, we now have former Mayor Cash Booman on the line to share his reaction. Mr. Booman, how are you feeling?
I am feeling disappointed, but I am happy with the result. But I congratulate both candidates on the election. Well done, stuff. But I shall return to City Council. One day I shall return and prove City Council they were wrong, and I am still innocent. Thank you.
Okay, what a historic night. Oh, I'm told we are ready to go to the winning candidate.
You.
Right? What is she doing here?
A bad.
Who's running this Zoom? Can we get her out of here? This is very against the Jack Tristan brand. The Jack Tristan brand is at stake. Please, get her out. Okay, now that she's left, now we can finally hear from Calgary's newest mayor, Mayor-elect Grace Bella.
Okay. Thank you, Calgary. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. I am proud of the campaign we ran. I am proud of this city. I am so happy that I will be serving you as City Councillor. I promise I will work to keep Calgary streets safe, to support houseless Calgarians. I promise we will have a lot of fun along the way. I want to thank Dr. Nefarious for his dedication to Calgary. And I promise we will all have a lot of fun along the way. I want to thank Dr. Nefarious for his dedication to Calgary. He is an excellent business leader, and I know we will keep working together for Calgary in the future. I want to thank my campaign managers at Inside Out Theater, everyone who voted for me, and everyone who showed up at the election and voted today. I will do my best to serve you all. Thanks for my dedicated team of volunteers. I couldn't have done this without you. And my strongest supporters, my family. Thank you all. I am going to spend tomorrow touring one of the city pools and energizing myself to make Calgary the best city on the planet. And as you know, I love helping people. So please call me, email me, stop by the City Hall for coffee, and together we will make Calgary the best place to call home. Thank you.
This is Janice Hulala coming to you from the comforts of my bed this evening. I want to bring you to the end of our mayor story, Winter Grace, with an epilogue. During Grace's 4 years as mayor, brought great vibrancy to the city of Calgary. She brought in community spaces for people to have that were free of charge, like gardens in all Calgary neighborhoods to enjoy. She was able to keep the Saddle Dome in the city so that all concerts and shows in the venue were affordable, and so all people could enjoy the going to shows and concerts at the Dome. During her time as mayor, there were some backlash from Nefarious. He and his robots were angry that they were left to do nothing during the first year of her mayorship. There were no jobs for them and no way of providing for their robotic families. Nefarious threatened her to be asked to leave her position. Grace held a meeting with her team, and they were able to come up with a plan to get the robots back to work. They were responsible during winter to clear ice and snow. They worked on all sidewalk and road repair. Humans and robots were both responsible for documentation and building homes and buildings downtown. This brought great success to the city of Calgary and was now a booming place for humans and robots. The end.
Are we done?
It's basically our curtain call.
Bow. Yeah, take a bow.
Yep.
Hey, thanks for coming, everybody.
Thanks
Yep.
for coming.
Thanks. As everyone knows, Jack Tristan loves you all.